Hey YouTube, what's good? Welcome back. Alright, so you guys may or may not have heard, but Waka Flocka Flame, right? The rapper, I mean, who else would have a name Waka Flocka Flame? A politician, a hedge fund manager, a CEO? But I joke. But let me get serious though. Alright, so Waka Flocka Flame, the rapper, says that he is not black, right? While, you know, wearing, full on dreads, you know, talking full on black slang, having full on black features, mind you, is he's saying he ain't black, right? So you can just add him to the list that we got Bow Wow under, Keisha Cole under, Raven Simone under, and a dishonorable mention to Pharrell Williams. All right, we can just add them to that list, or add Waka Flocka to that list. All right, so he ain't black. But I'm like, when did this happen? And you all notice though, it's always kind of like folks, not every person in the industry, but some people, once they seem to have reached a certain point in their career, particularly black people, right? Once they've reached a certain point in their career, it seems like, oh, I'm not black. Or either it's like I'm not black or I'm not just black, right? They want to claim other things, right? And now Waka Flocka Flame is claiming Native American, you know. And meanwhile, he got all this like straight up nigga music, right? Let's be real. Let's be real. If we played this music in like the KKK meeting or something, they would be referring to his music as some music, right? Let's be real. And I know that these are like a lot of things that I mentioned are like cultural things. I know, like, being a rapper, having dreads, speaking slang, those are cultural things. I know that they're not like biological things. And just because you do those things don't necessarily make you black. I understand that. But come on, there's other things to the story into Waka Flocka Flame that are black, biologically speaking, right? It's like, don't, please, don't nobody, whether a troll or not, be on this in my comment section trying to actually defend this mess. If you feel like you don't agree, keep it to yourself, all right? you know, I'm open for debate and dialogue, but in some situations, we just got to cut straight to the chase and not entertain the BS. Really, all right? And especially, I'm like, okay, where you come from? Like, I mean, I'm looking at your family. I like look at your mom, I mean, I don't see any pictures of your dad, but I'm looking at you and I'm looking at your mom and like, oh, okay, well, I don't really see any Native Americans. And I also notice that some people love to claim Native American, but I'm like, do you even know a Native American in your day-to-day life? Not even in your family, in your day-to-day life. Do you even know a Native American? Let alone in your family, you know? And historically speaking, Native Americans were, expelled, a lot of them at least, from like the East Coast pretty much, and pushed over to like the West Coast by colonizing cave beasts, white folks, right? That's why you got the whole term the Trail of Tears, right? But who needs historical facts, right? Who needs that? you know but yeah, I just find it really just like, it's insulting. It really kind of, it's insulting, and it speaks to his character as a person, right? It's like when the going gets tough, that really is that it shows you who's really down and who's not down. And he probably thinking that, I got some money, right? I got some money, you know, I got um, some clout a little bit. So like normal black people rules don't apply to me. You know, same with Tiger Woods, right? Same with Tiger Woods. But with Tiger Woods, I'm just like, I don't even care about that. You know, you know. But there's a quick story that I want to share. This story happened about a couple of years ago, actually, but it involves the University of Oklahoma and Waka Flocka Flame. All right, so Waka Flocka Flame wound up performing at the University of Arizona. Oh, sorry, University of Oklahoma. My bad, Oklahoma. And he was performing for this frat group, you know, this fraternity, I believe. And he performed there. You know, everything, you know, went well or whatever. But then, sometime later, some video footage of this fraternity, or some members of this fraternity, wound up, you know, manifesting, right? And in this video footage, it had members of that frat along with some other people chanting, "There will never be a N-word in SAE." I guess that's their fraternity or whatever. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so they're chanting that in their video again, like over and over again, you know, you know, on cue, in sync with one another, mind you. And these are white people, so you know, white folks, you know, it takes them forever to get in sync and to get on beat. So you know, they've been practicing for years with saying this, right? You know, and Waka Flocka went on to some television show or some like, you know, news show or whatever and spoke about it. And, you know, he basically said that he was like, wow, you know, he kind of felt hurt and offended by it, by seeing that. You know, he felt welcomed by them, right? So he ain't black, but he felt hurt. That triggered him in some sort of a way, right? So it's just like, really, really, right? You think that would have been like the Negro wake up call, right? You think that would have been, but no, no, it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes some people have a delay. Sometimes some people just, it's a mental thing. I don't know. And also, I heard that his girlfriend, or maybe his wife, um, yeah, I believe his Tammy Rivera is Waka Flocka Flame's wife. But yeah, I heard that she like posts this like, quote unquote pro black stuff on her YouTube or like her, Twitter or social media accounts and whatnot as well. I mean, and from the look of her last name, I guess she's probably some type of like Hispanic, some Latino, right? Spanish. I don't even get that one. I don't get none of them really. But yeah. So yeah, it seemed like she's like posting this type of stuff, and it's like, well, that's strange. It's like, I don't know, y'all ain't on the same page. Um, and also, it's like, it's a group of black people who think that like black folks are Native Americans, right? It's a group of black people who think black people are Moors, right? It's a group of black people who think black people are Hebrew Israelites, right? It's a group of black people who think black people are like Egyptians and Nubian kings and queens, right? It's like all types of like these, not conspiracy theories, but I guess whatever we want to call them, these like theories about who we are originally, right? And I think, it's all entertaining and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's bull. That's BS. I know some people gonna feel offended by it. I ain't out to offend you, but I'm just speaking from my personal opinion and my point of view, right? I kind of think it's a lot of BS, and it's interesting. And they make some good points here and there, but then it's like, well, what about this? And I won't even go into that, really. That's going to take me on a whole nother subject. And I'm trying to stay on subject with this. And these celebrities that don't want to claim or want to distance themselves and just outright deny their blackness, right? When it's like blackness is kind of like the reason why you're here. Blackness is like really like blackness brought you into this world to begin with, right? Then you're using the black art form, coming from a black community, being raised by black people, so many different things, and it's just like, where did this come from? Like, just because you say you ain't black don't mean that folks ain't gonna treat you like you black. If you look black, folks gonna treat you like you black. I mean, I know some people do actually kind of like look black but aren't black. I know there's some Asiatic Indian people who do have like really dark skin. I had a coworker who was like that. He had, really dark skin. As far as like a skin tone, yes, he is, much blacker than me, but he wasn't black though, right? I can understand a situation like that, but no, this is a different situation though. And I know that some people are like, well, does that really make sense? Because that person's like black, has really dark skin, right? And while I can understand some people making an argument about that, I would say still, like, biologically speaking, I think blackness comes from Africa. But we can make a debate about that. I feel like that is perhaps a valid argument, but still. This ain't Waka Flocka Flame situation, all right? This ain't his situation, all right, okay? So, in this case, I feel like basically just needs to get real. And also, why wasn't this made known when you first debuted? And by the way, shout out to Lovely T 2002. She did the video about this, and I think the video that she did was really good. So shout out to her, Lovely T 2002. But yeah, why wasn't this known or made public when you first came out? Why did you position yourself with black people? Really, it's like, why am I really entertaining, trying to make an argument about this as if this is something that is a valid statement that he's made? It's like, it's so obvious that I shouldn't even have to argue it. That's the situation. It's like, why am I arguing something that's just so obvious? It's like me arguing the sky is blue, and I'm just going on and on about the sky being blue. It's like, well, duh, it's common knowledge. Who doesn't know that the sky is blue, right? And I just feel like that is pretty much more or less this situation here. It's just like, okay, you're not like everyone else knows you're black, right? And also, again, his interactions with people outside and just people in society in general. Do you think that his life's experience is traced back to being Native American or traced back to being black? Let's be real. You think the way that the people in society treats him, whether bad, good, or indifferent, are motivated because he looks Native American or motivated because he looks black? And then I believe he even, after making that statement, he even doubled down on the statement again. I'm like, at least Raven-Symoné was smart enough to at least kind of do some like backpedaling, even though she was full of some bullshit too. But at least she was smart enough to at least try and kind of do some cleanup, right? And also, Oprah warned her too. On the damn interview, she warned her, like, giving you a warning. Right? She gave you a warning, like, you might want to, clarify explicitly what you're trying to say. But no, she's like, right? Yeah, I remember when that happened. The nerve of Raven-Symoné. Done got all this damn money playing black characters, being black. coming from a black family, right? You know. And also, Keisha Cole. Some of you may be wondering, when did Keisha Cole say it? But she said it like on 106 in Park when she was performing or promoting her performance or her appearance at Black Girls Rock. And she was like, said something to the extent of like, oh, I didn't think I should like do it, or I didn't think I should participate. And then they asked why. And then she was like, because I'm biracial. Right? I'm like, really? You've been black up to like 5 minutes ago, and you find out that you have a white Italian father and just throw the black identity out the door, and you made all your money because of the black identity and coming from the black community and being raised and adopted by black people, right? And then come to find out her dad ain't even Italian. Her dad is like a light-skinned black dude, like her real biological father. And he's alive, so, kudos, and I'm happy for her to have, a father who is alive and well, and perhaps they can, reconnect on that, but still, no. No, Keisha Cole. No. And also being really, like, low-key ratchet anyway. And I guess since I'm on the subject of Bow Wow, yeah, he said it too. And he had showed a picture of his dad or something. And then most folks were just like, oh, it just looks like a light-skinned black man, right? And look, based on the picture, they do look alike, so it probably is his father. But still, it's like, okay, but what about your black family, though? Like, the black mom who raised you, right? The black community who supported you, and pretty much all your opportunities have come from the black community and being black. But I guess now, right, you don't want to be black because I guess you don't want to. That whole situation came about because he was talking about like voting, and he was like he can't vote because he's mixed. I don't know. I don't know what happened to these Negroes when they get into Hollywood. I don't know. And also, you gotta be really careful when you say stuff like that, especially Waka Flocka, because you're distancing yourself from your community. So when something goes down between you and this system that we're in, especially these KKK killer cops that's been out here recently, you have pretty much made yourself a lone target, right? You ain't got no group to come to, right? Because you distancing yourself from that group. You removing yourself from that group. So now, since you're claiming Native American, let the Native American people come to your defense if and when the cops show their ass on and, let you know what you really are to them, right? Yeah. Right? Just like that football player who got accosted by the police, right? Black people are like, okay, did you kneel when Colin Kaepernick was doing the whole kneel thing last year? Let's check the receipts. And I'm not sure if he kneeled or not. I'm actually not sure about those receipts. Somebody let me know for sure. Some people were saying like perhaps he like supported Colin Kaepernick, but necessarily didn't kneel though. He didn't kneel, but he did support him. That may have been something that's was thrown around. I don't know. But yeah, but you notice like when that happened, we like, okay, we gotta check the receipts on this because I think we do. I think we as a community, we need to be a lot more selective with people we support, right? Because some black people don't really deserve our support. Some black people do need to be purged from the community. I know some people are gonna be offended by that, but I really think so. I mean, especially now, it's like you gotta be for us or away from us. If you ain't for us, then you need to get away from us. You know, and also a sidebar. You know, look at the woman that Waka Flocka is with, Tammy Rivera, right? Tammy Rivera, right? No, a lot of times, like she may be kind of black. At least I don't know. I actually don't know how she identifies. As far as I know, she may actually identify as black. I don't know. To be fair, I don't know. So it's just ambiguous for me right now. But yeah, you gotta. That's kind of like one of those things to take note of, especially when situations like this come up. It's kind of like, okay, what was a warning sign that we could have seen this coming, or that could have told us that this was coming, right? And also remember, like, Fetty Wap was on that All Lives Matter thing, saying he can't say Black Lives Matter because his kids are mixed, even though his baby mama identifies as black, right? Then we had Gilbert Arenas saying, oh, he was offended by what Lupita said about, black women, something basically saying like, oh, black women are awesome or something like that, because his daughters are biracial. I'm like, I'm looking at your daughters. I'm like, they look pretty much more or less like you. Like, if you looked at them, you wouldn't say that they were biracial. You would probably just say that they were, nice, lovely black girls, right? But then, like, some of these dudes in the community want to come for Serena Williams for going outside the community, right? And not that I agree with it, because I don't. I do kind of wish that, Serena could have made it work with somebody in the community. But it's like, well, But that's another story. That's another story. I feel like I've already kind of spoken on that anyway in previous videos. But, yeah. So let me bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment. I definitely appreciate the comments. And, check back in. Thanks a lot for watching. Adios and goodbye for now.